I'm sitting out in the parking lot at Nesson right now, getting ready. We got a 5:30 pregame show, Tom Carr and myself. And, big game tonight, obviously, without a doubt. And, you got to look back, I think, the previous game, and if I could take a player's perspective to it and on the feelings of both teams. I mean, when you got a 7-0 lead late in the game, if you're Tampa Bay, you're already thinking about Philadelphia. There's no question. They thought they were totally convinced the way Kazmir pitched and the way they had their bullpen set up, which I thought Madden screwed up. But the fact is, you're already planning for the next series. And on the other side, in the Red Sox dugout, it's like you're stunned. You can't believe what's happened, and you can't believe it's happening again. And, you read all these comments about we always knew we could come back. Well, I've been in those situations before, and you don't know until things start to happen. And when things started to happen, really, for me, is when Ortiz hit that 3-run home run, because that gave them a chance to see that number 7 on the board. That got them close. And even though the bullpen, they have a lot of respect for Tampa's bullpen, it can be had, which was proven the other night. Now, why I say Madden screwed up, in my opinion, I think if he goes to J.P. Howell first instead of Balfour, Ortiz probably doesn't hit that home run. Instead, he goes to the right-handed Balfour. Balfour makes a bad pitch, and Ortiz jumps all over it and gets him back in the game. So that's how things can quickly change in a series. So that's going back to that game, and how does that translate into moving into this game tonight? Well, really, it depends on James Shields. If James Shields pitches the way he's capable of pitching, Red Sox offense is going to have problems again. But Beckett, on the other hand, much has been made about his lack of velocity, which is true. It's a lot easier pitching at 96, 97, and 92. But the key for him is hitting his spots, and if he's got to be hitting the corners with his fastball, executing his game plan, because he can still win at 92 and 93, but he's got to be better at executing his spots, with his location. If he can do that, they know how to pitch to these guys. They just have to execute it, and that's what he's got to do tonight. And from an offensive point of view, boy, the best thing in the world would be get these guys back on their heels early in the game, take an early lead, because, after that devastation the other night, they'll be all fired up back home. There's no question. They know they got to win one game. But if the Red Sox can jump on them early and put some runs between them, that's going to put a ton of pressure on them. And the other thing is that, I'm totally convinced that Balfour, who's had a terrible playoff against Boston, and Wheeler in particular, have to be, that last game's going to be on their mind. And if they come into a tight situation in this game, they got to be thinking about what's happened in the past. And the Red Sox, knowing they can get it done against them, have tremendous confidence, I think, if it is a tight ball game. So, that's the way I look at the game tonight. And, there's no way to predict these things. I mean, there's no way to predict the series would go as it has so far. You knew it was going to be a good one, but you didn't expect a total domination until the last 3 innings of the last game. And so we'll see what happens tonight. We'll be here watching it at Nesson, and hopefully we have a post-game show that's a happy one and not one that is talking about next year. So for everybody out there that gets a chance to hear this, I hope you enjoyed it. Watch the ball game, and hopefully we'll have a Game 7 tomorrow night at the Trop. And as far as the Trop goes, it's a loud place. I'm glad to see they threw Nasty Knobs at the wrestler out of Fenway the other day. He's a big cult hero down there, but not such a big deal up here in Boston. Other than that, enjoy the ball game, and hope it's a W, because it'd be great to have Red Sox